Hello, today is Monday, May 17th. I last spoke to you on Wednesday, May 6th, just 11 days ago. Like then, we were COVID-free, and as of today, we still are with our residents. Congratulations to us all. Some people have said we're lucky, and I tell them, no, we're not lucky. We're diligent, and because of that, we're successful. When I last talked with you on May 6th, I discussed the need to be especially careful away from work. We've got all the PPE for you at work, and as I'll talk later, we'll have masks available away from work if you need one. During that discussion, I shared the story of my mother, who is 97 and at Southview Acres, a nursing home in West St. Paul, just a few minutes from Inver Grove Heights here. I mentioned on that date that I had received a call and they had their first COVID-19 case. That was 11 days ago. 5 days later, it was 5 cases. Last week, it was 60 cases. In an email I received Sunday, they were up to 91 cases with more than 53 employees suspected of being positive. Here's the email from the administrator of the facility talking about what they're doing. The health department is very involved. Saturday, my mother tested negative, which is good news. On the other hand, she's in an environment where you've got close to 150 people that have the virus. I don't really know what to do. Transferring her is a possibility, but is that a positive solution? I don't know. The only thing I can hope and pray for is that they get this under control in that facility and she doesn't get the virus. Because at 97, with her immune system as it is, she'll be dead from this in a short time. What I do know is the virus was brought into that facility and their first case was just 11 days ago, and now they have this huge outbreak. We can practice CDC guidelines all we want at work and are successful at work, but if you, the staff, and your family members do not practice them when you're away from work and catch the disease and bring it into the facility, all is for naught. Minnesota has been in the national news the last couple of weeks for several severe hot breaks. There were 2 meatpacking plants that essentially were closed down, and there's been significant impact on the food supply in this country. You may have noticed that. In some cases, meats are out or being rationed or whatever. And just last week, a greenhouse landscaping business was another hot spot. In all 3 of these cases, the authorities believed that the outbreaks were not at work, but rather away from work, and many of these were immigrants that were living in congregate housing environments. And by that I mean many employees who worked in the same place also lived together. So in some cases there may be 10 or more people living in a house, and that's where the outbreaks came from, and then spread like wildfire at work. So in closing, I'm asking you to continue to practicing the CDC guidelines 24 hours a day. Obviously, when you're sleeping, it's not an issue, but when you're awake, not just at work. If you need to wear a mask and don't have one, outside of work, ask your supervisor and we'll make them available for you. And lastly, because of cross infections, if you or someone you know works in another location where someone has tested positive, please let your supervisor know so we can take the appropriate actions to keep the virus out of our facility and keep everyone safe. Please follow these guidelines. Thank you again for all you do and stay safe. God bless you and your families.